brand NXT, AEW rather, that is the owner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. So this one is a team, is Chris Jericho, John Moxley, and of course in WWE representing them is the captain joining the WWE, along with former Shield members of John Moxley, Roman Reigns, synonymous with that of the WWE brand, as Chris Jericho will tag in John Moxley. And now we're going to get a little uh-oh. Back soup slides, throwing up the DX. Uh-oh. Throat first across the bottom rope. Vintage HBK, as one Michael Cole would say. Moxley on Dream Street. Uh-oh. And Michaels, pile driver. I'd also like to point out in that last match I called before the match began, we'd see a lot more knockouts than pinfalls. And that was exactly what we saw in that last matchup with the Legion of Doom team taking on the Dudleys. As Moxley drags himself to his corner, is going to get the tag to Kenny Omega, the Mega Superstar Powerhouse from Japan, who has been all over the world and a prominent member, again, also of the AEW brand. And Michaels welcomes him to the Big Boy League as he welcomes him with a knife-edge chop. And now an abdominal stretch, ladies and gentlemen. It is not a comfortable maneuver to be in. Kenny is going to reverse to the HBK, who has so far has been a powerhouse so far. It looks like he hasn't lost any steam whatsoever. Excuse me. And now Michaels dumps Kenny Omega over the top rope. And remember, folks, pinfalls and submissions and knockouts can occur anywhere within the building. Takes him down, and now we're going to see a sharpshooter, perhaps. A sharpshooter by Shawn Michaels. Go figure. I haven't seen that since, well, that match in Montreal, of all places. That was many years ago. You don't know what I'm talking about? Look it up. Excuse me. Excuse me, folks, as I die. So Kenny Omega's battle back in this, as Michaels now is taking some punishment by Omega. All right. Hope the coughing fit is over now. Michaels tossing Omega around like he's nothing. You know, the whole thing about this AEW thing is that they're renegades and that they're, you know, fight the establishment that is pro wrestling. Well, Shawn Michaels and Triple H were doing that before it was a cool thing to do. So maybe they should be taking notes rather than shooting on them. As Omega is going to reverse Shawn Michaels. What a dream match that would be. Kenny Omega and Shawn Michaels. That would be a match waiting to happen perhaps someday. And only on Dream Masters would you see that. Excuse me. Omega's got a cover on Michaels. The referee taking his time getting there. Michaels, of course, is going to kick out. I'm amazed that Team WWE is so poised in not getting involved right here, but when you got a captain like Shawn Michaels, I don't suppose he needs their help, really. As he sends Kenny Omega into the steel steps. That's not going to be good for your knee. Well, one thing's for sure, Kenny Omega, who this is not someone he's used to facing, someone the caliber of Shawn Michaels, who has knocked out Kenny Omega with a sweet chin music. That could be it right there. Sweet dreams, Kenny Omega. Kenny Omega is going back to AEW, and now Orange Cassidy is going to get involved. And there's sweet chin music already for Orange Cassidy, the sloth of wrestling. And how about that? The sloth gets a shoulder up. Very, very slowly. And Cassidy now set into the stair steps. I hope he doesn't try to do that kick to those kicks to the shin here, because I'm telling you, you got someone like Roman Reigns, you kick him in the shins, he's going to kick your head off. As Michaels nips up. And Orange Cassidy fights back a little bit more faster than usual for for Orange Cassidy, the sloth of wrestling. Oh, now it is Michaels who is sent into the steel steps. And it has all been Michaels thus far, folks. He has not attempted to tag his teammates yet. As Orange Cassidy has taken it to the Heartbreak Kid, Mr. WrestleMania. There's the cover. Oh. Rollins was coming over, looks like, to maybe give the assist, but maybe he got a little overzealous as Michaels was still able to kick out. And Orange Cassidy immediately sent into the steps, and Michaels trying to draw energy off this crowd, which he has done. Oh, Cassidy sent into the arm drag, hip toss by Orange Cassidy, and a clothesline. But Shawn Michaels is going to nip up and get back into the ring, which is probably a by Orange Cassidy. Wait a minute here, and sends him down to the canvas. Oh no. What does it say when Orange Cassidy has defeated Shawn Michaels? Where does the world come to? Orange Cassidy defeating Shawn Michaels. As now it is Roman Reigns who's in there with Orange Cassidy. And it is now a epic six-man tag, as now Jericho is going to come back in to square off with the big dog himself, Roman Reigns. And he's picked up and dropped, knee first across the ribs. Each team is now missing a person. Kenny Omega was eliminated by HBK, and HBK was eliminated by, get this folks, Orange Cassidy. And now we're down, Reigns hip tossed by Reigns hip tossed by Jericho. In enemy territory, as Daniel Bryan and Rollins steers a hole through Jericho. Don't count the big dog out, as Michaels is going to take that walk of shame back to the locker room. Probably say hello to Omega on the way back there. And now Jericho moving back into the ring. And dumped over the top rope by Jericho does Reigns. Front. Reverse chin lock into a neck breaker by Jericho, who's taken it to Reigns. Now sent back into the ring. And now there's the tag to Daniel Bryan. Or is he the new Daniel Bryan? We don't know. He's just Daniel Bryan. A kick to the face is what we have. But Daniel Bryan right back up, and a punch to the face another dream match that would be interesting to see. Jericho and Daniel Bryan. What a shot by Bryan with a discus right hand. And now Jericho dragging himself around. And Bryan's going to help him up, but not for good reasons. Jericho's going to put the brakes on. Oh, no! I believe he calls that the Judas effects now, folks. For you WWE fans, it's the code breaker. Gets a 2 count only. Daniel Bryan shows that intestinal fortitude by getting the shoulder up. And now Orange Cassidy, who in my opinion might be the MVP, as he has eliminated probably the heart and soul of the team of HBK. And the captain. And now we're going to get another tag as Jericho's going to come back in again. That is smart tag team strategy to tag in and out, but Jericho might have got caught, and he did get caught at a guillotine choke. Daniel Bryan very sufficient in some submission maneuvers, and Jericho's going to get out. Of course, Daniel Bryan's got to be careful. Jericho's got one humdinger of a submission himself. As Bryan nips up. And Jericho waits. The snap nair. Helps him up. And a right hand for Bryan. And a nice drop kick. A European uppercut. And now, Omega and Moxley looking, oh no, there's the LeBell lock, folks. And Moxley's going to hit the referee rather than Bryan, because, I don't know, why not? And Bryan's got the cover, there's no referee, and Moxley's going to come in again and interfere. He knows all too well what happens when those maneuvers come into effect. It's not his first rodeo or his first encounter with these guys. As Bryan now dumps Jericho to the outside. He is the current, by the way, AEW champion is Jericho. And he gets a right hand for his troubles. And now giving some right hands right back to the Daniel Bryan. The pride of Aberdeen, Washington. And Jericho now is out again. Thanks to the vicious vegetarian that he is. The vicious vegan, as we like to refer to him here on the show. And now Moxley is in there. He is the furthest thing from a vegan. He likes his steak with a side of steak and a side of cow. As Moxley now trying to pull out the what little hair he has left out of his hair. And now Rollins is in there, and how about that, folks? I guess that was only a matter of time till Moxley got in there with his old running buddies in the Shield. Since Moxley thought it was a great idea to go to outside the venue and shoot on them and everybody else he was a part of. Except for, of course, his wife, who still works for them. Who, by the way, I want to add is probably one of the best commentators they have on the roster. I'm just saying. As Rollins came very close to sending Moxley right back to wherever it is he came from. Most likely through the crowd. Rollins getting all fired up. Moxley's having a hard time. Jericho looks half dead. And I'm a little surprised to see Orange Cassidy over there in the corner with all his hands in his pockets. As Rollins is going to dump Moxley to the outside. This is not good for anybody. It does not favor either man in this case, as both guys are just as bad on the outside. There's the knee to the face, and Moxley's been knocked out by Rollins. So Orange Cassidy is going to come in now, and again, I call him the MVP since he is the first one to draw blood by eliminating the captain of the team, Shawn Michaels, which is unbelievable in my opinion. And now Cassidy puts the boots to Rollins. And now tags in the current reigning, defending AEW World Champion. And Rollins could care less what title he has, and there's a neck breaker in the wrong neck of the woods. As Cassidy's right there, looking him down with those glasses. Now we're going to get the big dog in the ring again, and here comes Reigns. Really enjoy that. As Moxley's still out cold, folks, on the outside, you see him. He's still out cold, folks. Moxley is knocked for a loop by that knee of Rollins. There's the pin by Reigns to the current reigning AEW champion. And a spear by the big dog. Well, I'll tell you, MVP or not, the chances of Orange Cassidy eliminating Reigns, Rollins, and Daniel Bryan, three of the toughest people in the WWE. If he does that, I'll tell you what. If he does that, I will put a dress on Jazz Fitness or Vengeance. You guys can choose. Or better yet, I will build God in a pink tutu, because that is the only chance you'll see Orange Cassidy defeating Reigns, Rollins, and Daniel Bryan back to back. We have yet to see someone do the whole Cena thing, go from the end and eliminate everybody. Thus far, on this show, or over the years we've been doing this special, as Cassidy takes down Reigns with a DDT. He's going to try it all anyway. Give the kid credit. I guess a 2 count only. Rollins is fresh as a daisy. Bryan's had a little bit of issues. And Reigns is, well, he's Roman Reigns. Cassidy's helped up. Jawbreaker. Takes down Reigns with a neck breaker. Drops the knee to the face and busts open the big dog. That's not easy to do, folks. And there's a clothesline that takes his head into the 5th row. And Superman punch. Good night, Orange Cassidy. Thank you for coming. Oh, he kicks out at 2. How about that, folks? Remember, folks, we have no control over the outcomes of any of these matches. And get ready for our main event. Well, one half, which we have one more of these Team Melee matches, and then we go for the final main event, which is the Melee itself with the Ultimate Survival. Oh, Roman Reigns with a vicious backbreaker on Orange Cassidy. Was probably wishing he had some freshly squeezed orange juice right now. And he's thrown half to the opposite corner. Reigns using Rollins as a way to get out his aggression. Oh, there's a spear, and that's going to do it, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for coming, Orange Cassidy, who has been cut in half. So, your winners and your survivors are going to be 2 out of 3 of the Shield, Rollins and Reigns, as well as Daniel Bryan are your survivors, as Orange Cassidy defeated the captain. I don't think I'm ever going to have to live that down, because I can't even believe I had to say it, because I can't believe I saw it. Alright, folks, stick around. We got one more of these team elimination matches. And then we have the epic main event coming up right after this. Get ready.